Yes. So when we start microservices application, guys, okay, still we are not developed any. We completed Eureka and config server project, right? But still we are going to develop microservices. We need only at least one microservices we need, right? Come on.
Yes, Ravi.
Yes, Ravi, we
So
need.
yeah, microservices application. So what will happen? First it execute config server, right? First this one, sorry, no, config client. Just see this, guys, what I said, that whenever we are developing microservices application, right, whenever we are developing microservices, we need to write any code? No, we need to add the dependency, right? About
Yeah.
config server, na, come on.
Yes, we have to add the dependency.
Yes,
Yes.
Ravi.
So then the config server, but whenever we will run this microservices, right, this microservices property or other things will not execute. First, what code will execute? Config server first execute. First this one will execute, then microservices related things will execute, right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Ravi.
Yes,
Yes.
Ravi. Yes.
So it's the same thing. When we start microservices, first it execute config client, right? First it execute config client, right? And what gets common gets what gets a common properties, right? Properties from config server. From config server, right? From config server, then start other things, right? Like what database related property, like database connection, register with what? Eureka, etc, right? Etc. These things will
Yes.
happen after. First, what code will execute? Our config client code will
On
execute.
the server.
Then that microservices related other services will start to executing, right? Clear, guys?
Yeah, Ravi.
Yes, Ravi. First start
Yes,
this
sir.
one. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, clear, Ravi.
Now, so for that, if we want to what enable config client, what we need? We need to write any code? No, na?
No, Ravi, we have to add the
No, Ravi.
dependence.
Yes, we need to add the dependency,
Config
right? We
Yeah.
need to add config client, right?
config line.
Config client dependency, config client dependency in what? Application is nothing but what? Microservices, na, guys?
Microservice application.
Yes, Ravi.
Yes, Ravi.
Yes.
Microservices.
Microservices. No coding
Required.
Yes, no coding required. No coding is required. By what is that? By default config, by default config client URL is enable based on that what? http colon slash localhost colon 8888. Clear?
Yeah,
Come
Ravi.
on. Even
Yes, Ravi. Clear.
Yes, Ravi.
even what? This is also interview question only, right? I covered, right? Even config config server recommended port number is what?
88888, Ravi.
8888, right? Clear?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
Clear, Ravi, clear.
Okay, good. So now let's what? Let's start to developing our what? Our microservices, client microservice, config client microservices, right, guys? Config client microservice. This area. Let's start to working on what? This area now, guys. So everyone is ready now?
Yes, Ravi.
Yes, Ravi.
Yes, Ravi.
Okay, good. So let's what develop our what microservices application, right? Microservices application. So let's prepare the name now. So Spring config cloud, right? Spring cloud external config server employee. Let's give employee service, right? Perfect name. Okay, dependency need. Here dependency we need, right? Dependency need what? Web dependency we need. Another one is what? Eureka discovery
Config
client.
client.
Discovery client we need. After then config client we need, and another one is actuator. Clear? These dependency we need, guys. Okay, so at the time of developing, right, at the time of developing this config server, what dependency we need? Config server dependency we need. Come on,
Yes, config server.
we took, right? No,
Yes,
one
Ravi.
minute. Where
No,
that?
we took already.
Yeah, just I'm opening the pom.xml. At the time of developing our config server, what dependency we took now, guys? What is the dependency now? Config server.
Yes,
config
Ravi.
server.
Yes, Ravi.
But in this time, what dependency we need now?
Config
Config
client.
client.
Config client. Now
Config
clear where we will use config server dependency and where we will use
Yes, Ravi,
config client.
Yes, Ravi.
Okay,
Yes,
so
Ravi.
now let's create one project now, guys. Okay, now let's create one project. Close all. So good. So file, stop it. This one.
Ravi, instead of discovery client, can we take pin client also here?
Yes, you can take it. You can, no, discovery client, right? Dependency, you're talking about this dependency.
Yes, Ravi.
No, you cannot take, right? Because whenever we are developing fin client, at that time also we are taking discovery for the registry purpose. I hope at the time I explained. I think you forgot, right? Whenever we are developing our fin client, at the time also we need discovery client. I hope Puspendra remember it. Puspendra?
Yes, Ravi.
It is to register with the Eureka server,
Yeah,
right?
so
At the
for
time
the
of creation of the project.
yes, if we develop what is that fin using fin client also, then also we need what? Discovery dependency. So file new Spring starter project. So here let's give the name Spring Cloud external config server employee, right? Employee service. Okay, good. So next, what dependency we need now? Spring Web, right?
Web.
Spring Web.
Spring Web
Another one is
and
what?
config
Eureka
client.
Discovery client, right? Another
Yeah.
one is what? Config client.
Config client.
Config client. Okay, good. After then we need what? Actuator also, na?
Spring Boot actuator.
Yeah, Spring Boot actuator. Now next, finish. Okay, it's created, right? Yeah, this one. Now open this one now. So open the main class and come to main class now. Just what annotation we will add it now, guys? Here @ enable Eureka client na. Come on.
Yes,
Config
Ravi.
client.
Yes, Ravi.
Eureka client, config client,
Config
Config
line.
client.
Ravi.
No, no, no,
config client.
no, no.
So both
He
discovery
no.
client and config client. both
Okay,
are
okay,
required.
correct. Okay.
Here just we will add enable Eureka client only.
Okay.
Okay, so
Because this Microsoft.
because this is the microservices, right?
Okay, Ravi. Okay. We have already that one mentioned that one.
Yes. So
Config server.
now open the property now. In the property, how in the last session, how we are writing those property, just we will specify like that only. So here server dot port, just I'm giving what 9698, right? This is the port number, right? After then what another property we are giving what spring dot application
Application dot name
dot name equal to just I'm giving employee server or service, right? So service.
service.
What I'm writing here? Yes.
VIC.
RVICE, right? Perfect.
Yes, right.
Service. And how our application will, what is that, interact with Eureka dashboard. So for that, Eureka
Dot client.
dot
Service.
service
URL.
URL
Default
dot
zone.
Default zone.
zone, right?
Yeah, Ravi.
Yes, right.
Default zone. So what is the default zone? HTTP :
Localhost.
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 Colon.
Dash.
8761
Eureka.
right? Perfect.
61,
Okay.
Ravi. 61.
Sorry.
For Eureka spelling mistake, the starting of
Ravi.
the Eureka dot client, Eureka spelling.
Yeah, Eureka
Yeah,
spell
Ravi.
mistake.
Yes.
Yes, Ravi. In starting, third line.
Key.
Yes, this one, right?
Yeah.
Yes, right.
Yes, Ravi.
KA.
Eureka. So now our application is ready now. So but we need to write one what controller here now in microservices. Come on.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
Ravi.
Ravi.
Controller.
Okay, so what I'm going to write it here, just I'm writing one REST controller, employee REST controller. So I'm taking one class now. Okay.
Class.
So
Controller.
just I'm writing what is that? Employee REST controller. Employee REST controller and finish it. So if we want to make this what? If we want to make this one what? This controller as a REST controller, then what annotation?
At the rate REST controller.
At the rate
REST controller.
And request mapping also.
Okay, after then if we want to give class label,
Request mapping.
Yeah, global.
You are right.
request mapping. Now here just I'm giving what? Employee, right? Inside that just I'm writing what? Just I'm writing one method, right? So public string, I'm taking string what? My data return, just I'm returning inside this one. Okay, title from the Git. Okay, let's take what? Title from Git, right?
Git.
Title from
Yes, sir.
Git. Okay, and we will read the Git data inside our controller, right? So just my intention is what? To read what is that? Still so many concept is there, right? So many concept is there, but what is that? Just our what purpose is what we will fetch that data, right? This record we will fetch and we will see that in our controller how it's working now. Okay, this is our perception. Later we will what add those key inside this property, right? Because some experiment we
Yes.
will do, some experiment means R&D we will do it here. Okay, after then we will implement project related concept. Clear?
Yeah, Ravi.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Clear.
Ravi, clear.
Yes,
Okay,
Ravi, clear.
so I'm taking here one private string variable, right? Variable title just I'm taking, right? So if we want, because in this property there is no that value now, so if we want to read any dynamic value at the rate value, right? At the rate value annotation is there, right?
Yes, right.
Inside that what we will do it now?
Double quote, dollar,
Yes,
dollar.
Yes.
dollar open
Curly.
bracket close bracket, and what we will do it now? We will copy this, what is that key, right? This key we will copy from the git and we will place inside this one, so that value will come, right?
Yes, right. Inside
Yes,
the
Ravi.
title variable.
My system is hanging now. Right, and what we will do it now, just this title we will take
Title.
here, right? Whenever
Plus
we will
title.
whenever we will run this application now, my system is hanging at 1 minute. Yeah, plus title, right?
Yes, Ravi.
Okay guys, so just see this here, we did not provide any IP, right? Sorry, in a property just I'm opening, right? So here we are not providing any related to config server, what any port number are we provided? No, right?
No.
But by
No,
Yeah,
default,
no.
this microservices will interact with what 8888 only. You guys want to see that what is the default, right? Default URL of connecting these microservices. Now spring
Yes, Ravi.
spring
yes,
dot
Yes,
just
Ravi.
this one is not required, guys. Okay, this one is not required, but when this key is required, whenever we will change the port number of what our config server, then but just I want to show this one, right?
Okay, Ravi. Okay.
Find dot URL, right? Okay, good. URL, no need, right? No need, first no need. Okay, 88 by default, this one. I don't know, today my system is not, I don't know, my system is 1 minute.
Maybe that recording is converting that.
Actually, whenever we are see the Karan Chaudhary, when will the new microservices project will start? They are not joining the session. They are asking on Telegram. What is this? Okay, Spring Cloud URL, right? Actually, control. Whenever we are placing the control, right, by default 1 minute. This one
It is not fetching.
by default, right? By default value it's showing, but my system is too much slow nowadays. One minute, it's a hang now. Control
By default, 8888 only. No need to mention.
by default. Okay, no worry if this one I'm not mentioning now, but just I want to show this property to you people, right? But the system is not giving the response. Okay, 1 minute. First we will run it, right? I'm just going to run this application. Still I'm not running any Eureka server or config server, right? Just what I added what config client na in this application. Come on.
Yes, Ravi.
Yes, config client.
Yes,
you have
Ravi.
added.
Yes, so just what I'm going to do now, just I'm running this microservices application only. Just observe the console now, guys. Okay, just
Ravi,
observe
should
the,
we require get map?
sorry,
The method which we are creating, upon that we have to override get map annotation
oh good
in control class.
yes, very good observation. At the rate get mapping, right?
get my point?
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
Here I'm
Yes, sir.
giving what title or data. Very good observation. Now right click, run microservices application. Why this one is giving the problem?
I think property problem, Ravi. Spring complex.
Disable to check, right? It's property problem, right?
Yes, yes.
1 minute. I'll update the application again then.
Ravi, I have a little doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so please, can you open employee rest controller?
Yes.
No, no, that value is here, not there. Yeah, here. So you have took here title variable name, right?
Yeah, that is not giving the problem. I think 1 minute. Let's check it. Just what I'm doing now. Here removing on this one, right?
No, I am asking actually here in value notation, you took title and same variable name also title. So is it mandatory?
No,
My,
no, it is not mandatory.
that is not
Ravi,
mandatory.
actually, the problem might be
Name,
is that
name
the
can be
title
anything.
is there, but you did not provide any default
Yes,
value, and
yes,
it's not
yes.
defined it.
Yeah, correct,
So
correct.
that might be conflict.
Yes, yes.
And second thought, for communication with the config server, do we need to place that enable config client?
Disable check Spring Cloud config enable false, right? Spring Cloud
Maybe you have to set up path. Maybe set the path.
no, yeah, this one is not required. This one is by default. 1 minute. Description. No Spring config imported in a property has been defined. Action. Add a Spring import config property to your
Ravi, I guess if we are using in a newer version, they have just made a change. Like we need to define that
yes.
property for the configuration part import. The
Yes.
URL they have changed to that.
No, they not changed. 1 minute. We will check it once. Okay. This is the one property. Or Spring Cloud config import check enable, right? Both, let's place it. Okay. I think something changes his scheme, right? No, still the same problem. Hmm. 1 minute, 1 minute. It will work. It will work. Don't worry.
Connection of fields. Connection refusal problem, Ravi. Maybe URL any
Hmm?
Eureka
This
server
server
URL is any
running.
run.
Is server running?
Ravi,
Yes.
we are taking the application name. It can be used in to read the
Sorry, what are you saying now? Hello.
For communication purpose,
Mm-hmm.
we only implement, what is the dependency? We have to add the dependency only, or we have to do other thing also.
Oh, 1 minute, 1 minute. We need to, why we are getting right this one, I'll tell. Okay guys, why, wait. So this is the Eureka, right? 1 minute. Here we added, right, Eureka, right? Sorry, actuator properties. So we need to add here also. We don't need these things. Okay, we need to add this one. I said that, right? Actuator, we need to like add the dependency related to actuator also, na? Come on, come on, the
Yes,
people are remembered,
Ravi.
right? So now run this application, now run this same application. Still 1 minute. Why this one is giving the problem?
Ravi, can you check Eureka server is running or not?
Yes, Ravi, please check once Eureka server is running or not.
Yes, yes, 1 minute. But the thing is here I want to show another things, right? Because of that Eureka server in this point, no need, right? But okay, let's do it, that one also, right? No problem, we will do that. I think so, correct. Yeah, perfect, perfect. Okay, so where the Eureka server? First run the Eureka server. Yeah, Eureka server is up now, na? Now come here, refresh it. Good. Now employee microservices, run employee microservices, right click, run. Let's see that. No, yeah, something problem is there. What is the problem? 1 minute. Config data missing. Enable post processor implement. No Spring config imported. No Spring config import set. 1 minute. Why this one? Application failed to start due to an exception. Okay, good. So what is that
Yes,
exception?
this seems a different exception now.
Hmm?
Earlier it was failing with a different error, and now it is failing with different error.
Okay. Mhm. Open this one, property, right? All problem is there in the property only. Wait. Management endpoint exposure include, right? Server port number, Spring application. This is Eureka. Here any mistake is there? Eureka client service URL default zone. Okay, this is right. One minute. Be patient, guys. Okay, with patience, just we will resolve this issue. This is not big issue now. What we did mistake? What we did mistake? Right click, run Spring Boot. 1 minute. This is the error because of this one is failing now. So I'm copying this. Just I'm googling this one, guys. Okay. Actually, this is giving the problem, right? Oh, actually, the problem is, we kept that dependency, but I think add the below dependency in the pom.xml. Any extra dependency need? Okay, it's 1 minute. Let's add this dependency, right? 1 minute. I'm doing the experiment on this one, guys. Okay. Open that properties. Connection refused. Why the connection is refused now, guys? 1 minute. The property is there, right? This one is the perfect. Okay, let's take 999999. Hmm? Because before initially only.
Update the project.
Yeah, let's update it. Okay, let's update it.
Update the project and clean.
Hmm. Okay, good. Now run our Eureka server, right? Now if stop it. So where our Eureka server? Yeah, this one, right? Now run this one. Now run our REST application. Yeah, good. Now it's started working now, guys. But
Yes,
register
sir. Okay.
instances 2 times, right? Okay. But the thing is, what I want to show you guys. Hey, why this one is working like this now? Okay, no issue. Another console we need, right? Spring Cloud Eureka server. Okay, good. And we need this console now. Okay. Something wrong is going on because initially, right? Initially, because we added a client dependency or not, guys, in our project. 1 minute, I need to check it. This is right.
Yeah, we have added in our service. We have added.
Eureka client we
You have added,
added.
yes.
Yes,
Config
Ravi, we had it. You
where
the point.
we added we added config client. Arey yaar, we are not adding what Eureka client, because of that we are getting right this issue. So this dependency we copied from the other, no need this dependency. Okay, now this is the like microservices, right? What we are doing now, right click, Spring edit starter. Now, hey, config client is there here, right?
Yeah, we have added.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
You have added.
Config client we added, but why is okay? In the config client is there. Where the dependency? Config client, config starter config is there, right? Spring Cloud starter config is there, but config client is not there. Config client we need. Based on that dependency, it will work. Why this one is not coming like that?